These two batsmen will be very, very keen now that they see this session out, because England are preparing the basis for a sound first innings, but they mustn't lose another wicket before lunch.
Well, they've done it, and that must have just brushed the outside of the off stump, and it underlines what Mike Smith said just a moment ago about Joel Garner being the man in the West Indies side to swing the ball more than any other. That was a super in-swinger to Chris Tavares. It kept on coming at him after it landed on the seam, and it just hit the outside of the off stump. Well, the shout there is for caught. Gordon Greenwich, the man diving away in front of Clive Lloyd. Umpire at the bowler's end says no. And they're having a word with David Constant as well. It's the outside edge to Woolmer. It won't go to Lloyd. Greenwich comes across. And in fact, it comes out of the hand. And as far as we could tell with the naked eye, that looked to be a pretty good decision from umpire Don Oslier, standing in his first test match here at Trent Bridge. And I think the replay showed that was an extremely good decision. No doubt that Greenwich held the ball, but then it jarred out of his hand. No more runs added before lunch. The lunchtime score 74 for 2, with Boycott on 36 and Woolmer not yet off the mark. Gooch was out for 17, caught Murray bowled Roberts, Tavares out for 13, bowled Garner, and there was no further score after lunch when Joel Garner came in to bowl to Geoffrey Boycott. Your commentator is Jim Laker.
And he's moved one away, and there's a very, very big shout, and Alclar's waited a while, but he's given Boycott out, and Garner struck again. 74 for 3 now, with Boycott going, caught by Murray, off Garner for 36, and that's the man that the West Indies wanted to see the back of. A slight touch, and a little while before Don Oslier made his first decision as a test match umpire, but no question at all that Boycott got a little outside edge on that. There's a friendly full toss. He's got it away, not possibly where he intended it, but it's racing down to that third man boundary and goes over for 4.
Quite safe. Just one man on the offside guarding that cover area. And Gower now goes to 14. Woolmer is 10, and up comes the 100 for England with that stroke away on the offside. A change of angle now from Holding coming around the wicket. He's done it again. Twice Derek Murray has gone across in front of Clive Lloyd, and that may mean tragedy, because I think Lloyd's done some really severe damage to his right hand there. I should be very surprised if he hasn't split the webbing between thumb and forefinger.
The hand anyway.
A great-looking stroke in the end. It's one of those, I'm afraid, where detractors of Gower would have plenty of ammunition had he got an edge to that. No movement of the feet. Andy Roberts, test match bowling, needs just one more wicket for 150 in just 33 matches. And he's gone this time. Gordon Greenwich has caught Gower, and that's a good bowling change by Richards. Andy Roberts coming on to take over from Michael Holding. And once again, I'm afraid, a slightly firm-footed stroke there from David Gower. And he goes for 20. Caught Greenwich, bowled Roberts.
Ian Botham, England's new captain, and everyone on our side of the fence anyway will be wishing him every good fortune in this, his first appearance as captain of England in a test match.
Once again, there are two men behind square.
That's an electric piece of work in the field there by Derek Parry. All those swoops on it. Oh, lovely throw. Both of them pushing this away through mid-wicket. I think there's always every chance of a fairly safe run. But Parry certainly made one in a hurry.
And just 4 more runs scored up to the tea interval, where England were 148 for 4. 74 runs scored in each session for the loss of 2 wickets, and Woolmer 30 not out, with England skipper Ian Botham on 16 at the interval. Well, immediately after tea, Malcolm Marshall came in to bowl to Botham. Marshall bowling from the pavilion end. The score hasn't changed. It's still 148 for 4. It's beautifully picked off the pads. And the 150 comes up. Marshall there was signalling that he wanted a field change whilst that ball was still on its way to the boundary, but there was nothing wrong with the field setting. It was just that the ball was shortish and outside leg stump. And he's put him down. Gordon Greenwich. You can't have a more straightforward chance than that. It's exactly what Marshall was bowling for. The ball slanting across the batsman.
And I think he thought he'd caught it. And we all thought he'd caught it. It seemed to go in and come out at the very last minute.
That's just evading Desmond Haynes. He certainly didn't get that one off the middle of the bat, but it's gone fast enough away through extra cover to take Botham past Bob Woolmer and to bring up the half-century partnership between this pair. 165 for 4. Quite safe. 37 to Botham now, 176 for 4. In the air. And right over. Well, that was an eventful over. Joel Garner's not going to be too pleased with the result of those 6 deliveries.
And Botham had attempted, this is the 3rd time he'd attempted the hook shot, this time the ball at about the right height. And it's just carried for 6.
And that's a glorious shot. No half measures about that. Smack in the middle. A beautiful, glorious straight 6 from Botham. Terrific shot, this. Everything right. Look at that follow through, all the strength and weight going into the shot. Glorious straight 6 by Botham. On to 49 now. Well, that's it. He's done it again. Make 2 out of it very easily and goes on to 51. And Ian Botham continues this tremendous run of success. He's come in once again when England was really struggling, and he's looked once more by far the best player in this England side. Garner still in action. And he's beautifully caught this time. It's a Somerset combination. Botham goes, caught by Richards in the gully, off the bowling of Garner. He's always threatened, of course, to fall in that manner, but it's a disappointment for the good crowd here. Disappointment for England, because Ian Botham had really brought some life to this game. 57 he's made. Court Richards bowled Garner, and England on 204 for 5. And that's Woolmer not even waiting. The umpire's a long time. The umpire really should have put his finger up. Oh, it's quite an unusual dismissal. Not in the fact he was out, because I think we even heard it in this commentary box. So Roberts strikes and Woolmer goes. Again, it's disappointing for a man to get to 46 and get out. He goes caught behind to Murray. And England slumping now to 6 down for 208. That's a first-class shot. It's what the crowd have been waiting to see over pitch ball. A lot of confidence there in that shot from Willie. Volley, and that's always been Peter Willie's strength.
And he's played on. Marshall, coming around the wicket, has got the break so much needed by West Indies in this last little quarter of an hour, and that really is trouble for England.
Again was off the pad, or possibly a little higher off the body. His first 100 wickets. 9 times he's taken 5 wickets in a test match, and that must be pretty close. He's out LBW. Didn't get very high, and Alan Knott going back. I think there's little doubt at all there in Oslier's mind. Very confident shout, so that's a pretty blow for England to lose Alan Knott very early on. He goes for 6. And no messing about from Bob Willis. Flung the bat, gets 4 through the offside. So that takes us past the 250 mark. And it's all over. Bright, brief, and pretty cheery from Bob Willis. 3 balls he lasted, he made 8. And that gives Andy Roberts 5 wickets in this test match. A sensible piece of bowling, in fact, there by Andy Roberts. Pitched the ball right up. And couldn't have pitched it better if he'd wanted to. A chance for John Lever out there and Mike Hendrick to assess this wicket, which looks as though they'll be bowling on before very long. Sliced away, it's beautifully caught by Richard, so casually at third slip. Holding finally breaks this last wicket stand, takes his first wicket. Lever goes, caught Richards, bowled Holding. And England finally dismissed here for 263.
He's put him down. That's a clear chance there to Peter Willie. Specifically placed there, taken away from Gully by Botham. Put round the corner for John Lever's bowling, and whilst he had to go away to his right, I wouldn't mark that down as all that difficult a chance. Gower caught. Haynes caught Gower, bowled Willis. A miscued drive, the first blood for England, 19 for 1 West Indies. Haynes out for 12. And Bob Willis has struck the first blow.
And that wasn't a very good shot. He's very early on in the innings to be hitting the ball on the up.
Haynes caught Gower, bowled Willis 12. Grenades not out 7. And Richards about to face his first ball from Willis. That was a lovely stroke. They put Gooch back there just behind square for Vivian Richards to play the hook.
4 slips, Nagelli in for Willis. Oh, that's cracked through the offside, and that's all the way 4. No question. The West Indies reply. John Lever to bowl what may well be the last one before lunch. Well, it's 4 more. I think John Lever again considered himself slightly unlucky.
But just 3 more runs added to take that lunchtime score up to 63 for 1. In the second over after the interval, Vivian Richards was starting to stroke the ball quite nicely. The score had moved up to 71 for 1. Here's Botham bowling to him. It's Somerset to Somerset, captain to captain. Richards taking a strike to Botham. And that's a lovely stroke, beautifully timed through the gap on the offside between Gower and Willis. Beautifully placed. It was a half volley, but it still had to be placed so to beat the field. And Greenwich's half century comes up with that splendid stroke. He goes now to 52, and a very good innings it's been.
107 for 1 as Hendrick comes into Greenwich. And it's another beauty, and it's moved away, and Greenwich is gone. And Mike Hendrick fully deserving of that wicket. Well, 1 or 2 fairly cracking leg cutters in the previous over, and now Greenwich goes to gentle little catch behind. But another excellent ball from Hendrick, who has looked the most dangerous of the England bowlers we've seen so far. Just that little bit of movement, pushing forward the outside edge, and a simple catch through to Alan Knott. Backus away, just turned nicely off his legs. He'll come back for 2 there as Willis comes round. He's found the gap this time. No chance. I think it went all along the floor between first and second slip. Diving both of them.
There it is, the half century for Vivian Richards. Botham hasn't bowled too much loose stuff, but that was an absolute gift. 53 to Vivian Richards and 26 to Fired Backus. 147 for 2. Now for Willis bowling to Backus, a gully comes in. 3 slips in the gully. It's a little bit of a waste, that one. Botham, and Backus has gone. Backus caught Botham, bowled Willis for 30. Willis has 2 wickets, and West Indies are 151 for 3.
Well, Backus has certainly demonstrated a weakness outside the off stump, and it seemed a matter of time before he did snick one, and this one went straight to skipper Ian Botham at first slip, who took it very safely.
Runs there to Karacharan. So from the shouts of the players there and the actions from Kallicharran. That was a chance to Alan Knott down the leg side. And it could so easily have been 161 for 4. And didn't look all that difficult. It's Bob Willis now bowling to Richards. Oh, it's a lovely stroke. Speeding away through mid-wicket there for 4. Great piece of timing, that. 64 now to Richards. He's gone this time. Knott might have dropped Kallicharran last over, but this time he's picked up Willis. A great wicket for England. A very good catch by Knott there, away to his right-hand side. Speeding towards first slip Botham. And now it's 165 for 4 with Richards out for 64. Derek Murray, the new batsman, is off the mark straight away. Safe again to Murray, 4 more. Still no third man. Just 2 leg byes added to that total to take it up to 177 for 4 at tea. A good performance from Gordon Greenidge. I thought he played really well today, and he got a beauty from Mike Hendrick to be dismissed at 53. Good catch that by Alan Knott. And Viv Richards was restrained. He was on 37 for half an hour and then 49 for 20 minutes. But a very good 64 from him. Backus was a little chancy, but found the pitch not quite to his liking. And Derek Murray, 10 not out at tea from that rather frenzied attack on Bob Willis. Clive Lloyd coming in below Murray because of his damaged hand. Here now is the first over after tea. The score's unchanged. Bob Willis is coming in again to bowl to Derek Murray, and your commentator is Peter West.
And Murray seems to be, Derek Murray, the wicketkeeper, seems to be dealing at the moment only in boundaries.
That's edged away and he's dropped. Well, a fairly simple catch there in terms of slip chances, particularly to Botham. Very, very seldom you see him spill a chance like that. And the sequence of drop catches in this match going on, he was pretty confident all the way he was going to hold it, I think. And looked utterly surprised and shaken when it bounced out. Bob Willis's first crack at Alvin Kallicharran since tea. Well, particularly well at him before the break. But a lovely shot by little Kelly, over-pitched, foot firmly to the ball and cracked away through the offside for 4. So 200 comes up for West Indies, and now just 63 runs short of England's total. 200 coming up in good time, just in the 54th over. And he's bowling with a great big in-swinger. Just got an inside edge onto it, but he left the gap there. And Botham takes his first wicket. He's had a pretty long wait for it, coming in his 18th over, but has picked up the vital wicket there of Alvin Kallicharran. 208 for 5, West Indies score. Started well outside off stump and just getting an inside edge on, but the ball always coming back into the left-hander. The card up to date with just the 4 pace bowlers to come now.
That was a powerful enough stroke. A man with a bad hand, he timed that very well. Oh, well caught. Lloyd trying to pull the bat away. There was a great catch by Knott, going away to his left. It really ran down the face of the bat and was going sharply downwards. 227 now for 6.
It's a good shot. Beautiful square cut by Murray, races away for 4. Takes them on to 42. West Indies go past the 250 mark. Oh, it's a lovely shot. Over-pitched ball, nice juicy half volley, and Marshall cracking it away in fine style through extra cover. Well, that brings the scores level on 263, but West Indies 4 wickets in hand. Variation. And that's edged away, and Gooch has taken a wicket, and it's a very good, comfortable catch there at slip by Tavri. What a good slipper he is. He caught that very easily, very casually, and it's Graham Gooch who's made the breakthrough. Very stubborn 7th wicket partnership ending on 265 with Marshall caught Tavri, bowled Gooch for a very useful 20.
First run of the morning. But might have been a little unlucky there. Ball bouncing slightly unruly fashion to give Derek Murray his half-century. It's turned out to be a very good innings from Murray. Complete frenzy at the start, and then some very responsible batting. There's another one gone, and 4 runs into the bargain. And Andy Roberts having a real hard word there with Derek Murray. Good shot. Take me back a few months to when Andy Roberts did bat so well in Australia, because that's what he was doing. He was pushing around and just taking singles until the batsman threw one up. And he'll pick up 2 on Peter Willey's arm. That's good running. Out comes the 300 for West Indies.
So both of them on from the far end and going through a series of exercises. One suspects, in fact, that the both of them back is a long way short of being 100% fit. He bowled at relative medium pace here yesterday, and he leapt for that catch in the slips. It was noticeable he was very quick to hold his back again. Looking here if he can, just to get a bit of outswing. And that's fairly close. In fact, just both of them has done the trick. It looked pretty straight ball, kept a shade low, and Roberts going back is LBW to both of them. So it's been pretty hard work for England to make the breakthrough. They've done it now with a score on 306 for 8 with Roberts LBW. Second wicket now to Ian Botham. Well, that's a nice little friendly dollar catch. Rather suspect it was off the outside edge. Turned the bat. John Lever coming in, picking up the simplest catch you could imagine. So a brief appearance by Big Joe Garner goes, caught Lever, bowled Botham, out for 2. Turning the bat across, I rather fancy it caught the outside edge and goes very slowly and quietly there to Lever. So battle renewed again between Willis and Murray. And he's bowled it all over the place. On this first one he'd really pitched up. It put 2 or 3 men back to offer him the swing. And Bob Willis finishes off this West Indian innings with Murray out, 64, clean bowl by Willis, leaving West Indies 308 all out, giving them an overall lead here of 45.
A nice little buffer it is too, that 45-run lead for Vivian Richards there, the co-top scorer for the West Indies. He's acting captain today in place of Clive Lloyd, who still has that hand injury and won't take any further fielding part in the game. Derek Parry was the substitute fieldsman, and the England bowling, some good work there from Bob Willis, who picked up Derek Murray's wicket at the end, 4 for 82, and Ian Botham coming on, bad back and all, to pick up the 2 wickets to break that partnership between Murray and Roberts. Graham Gooch, 1 for 11. Gooch and Boycott opened the England innings, that 45-run lead, looking very good for the West Indies on a pitch still providing some assistance for the bowlers. Here's Andy Roberts now, coming in the first over, bowling to Graham Gooch. No runs on the board. Jim Lake is your commentator, and with him is Ted Dexter.
Well, that's through the gap, racing away. Richards giving chase, but even he is not a hope at all of preventing that crossing the ropes. So the England second innings underway. 4 runs to Gooch.
And 4 more. No third man. That position on the field having become obsolete these modern days. And Graham Gooch now goes to 18. Marshall now. Oh, that's not far away. My word. That would have been unlucky for Gooch, because he must have lost it in the background, as Murray did a full toss from Hendrick earlier. Comes over the top of the sight screen and out of the crowd. And that couldn't have been far away from LBW.
So Garner to Boycott. Well, had to be quick in his run out, and Gooch is gone, and he's terribly disappointed. And it was always a very chancy run, that. Boycott pushing it just down ahead of him, setting off for the run. Graham Gooch possibly a little bit slow, but he was always going to be struggling to make it. It didn't happen for him, and he's run out for 27. And England lose the first wicket with 46 on the board. And of course, if there's a fault to lie anywhere, it has to fall in the hands there of Boycott. He was the man who decided there was a run, and Backus coming in conclusively, proving there that there wasn't. That found the outside edge again, and turned Tavery round, finished up facing down the wicket. It picks up 2 runs. And quite relieved, of course, to get off the mark. Taking England on to 48 for 1. So Marshall, and that's turned away nicely by Boycott. Chased by Haynes. 2 very comfortable runs here. So the 50 comes up for England. Come up in quite reasonable time, in fact, in the 16th over. And England maintaining a run rate of a little over 3 and over. And Marshall now to Boycott. And it remains a pretty grim struggle here, and that could be out. A big question being asked. Boycott refuses to move. The West Indians joyously, they thought they got rid of him, but umpire Oslier having nothing whatsoever to do with it. Well, that set the crowd alight, particularly the West Indian contingent, but that fell in lift and rose off a length. In fact, it might have done too much for Boycott ever to get a touch to it. And the bouncer, and it brings 4 wides. And that's edged, and it's gone. Richards takes it at 3rd slip. Tavery goes for 4. Garner takes the wicket, and England 68 for 2 with Tavery caught Richards, bowled Garner, and he's out for 4. Been a number of slip catches dropped in this match, but not this time by Richards. A nice comfortable one going at a catchable height, and in typical Richard fashion, it's hurled high in the air once the catch has been made.
Woolmer's taking strike, and there are 4 slips waiting there, plus a gully. And he steered it away between gully and the man at cover. And that's a good way for Bob Woolmer to break his duck. firm stroke on the offside.
Amazing delivery that. If one has had criticism of Derek Murray in the past, there's no way at all he could lay a hand on that one. Just look at that again. Pitched outside the off stump. Came back such a degree that, and so quickly that Murray no hope at all. Oh, it's a much better shot. The best shot that Boycott's played today. Fractionally short, glorious stroke. Off the back foot, hammered through the offside to take the total on to 99. Well, that's it much better, much more firmly. It's a chase for Backus, and 2 runs here to Bob Woolmer, sees England past the 3-figure mark. 101 going on the board. It's been a long, hard grind. It's taken the best part of 39 overs.
Well, that's definitely worth the shot. The bowler always thinks that's a bit closer than certainly the umpire and wicketkeeper and Sips, but it must have been very close. Darting in at Bob Woolmer. And he can be out OBW, not playing a stroke there. It's beautifully placed. Full blade of the bat, and then at that last fraction of a second, almost at impact, just roll at the wrist to send it away through mid-wicket.
That's a good shot. In-swinger tucked away nicely through mid-wicket. Garner gives chase. Possible 3, but they'll settle for 2, just jogging the second. And the bat aloft, another 50 in a test match to Boycott. 51 made out of 127 for 2. And taking them about 3 3/4 hours. There's been precious little offered to him in this innings. And working hard to make up for that loss of Gooch. Oh, that's a lovely shot. Stroked very fluently through the offside. Full flowing cover drive there from Woolmer. Let the bat go all the way through. That's edge wide of Greenwich at second slip. Race away for 4.
And he's gone. That came off the glove. Woolmer wasn't really waiting there, but it was a good delivery from Andy Roberts. It was quicker. He bowled his first over in this spell at about half pace, the second at 3/4, and that one really was motoring as it flicked Woolmer's glove and went through to Derek Murray. Oh, that's well bowled. Yes, that cut back very sharply. It looked to me as though it was probably the in-swing at a Gower anyway, but it came back a long way once it had hit the pitch.
It's flicked away down to a long leg. Marshall is there, but misses it. So both of them off the mark with 4 runs. That's a little dolly catch, and Botham goes. Robert strikes. Richard stakes the catch. And Ian Botham goes for a solitary boundary. 180 for 5. And he's pulled it on. It's the end of Boycott. Roberts got it, another wicket. Inside edge, and that really is a bitter blow for England. Boycott out there for well over 5.5 hours, holding this England reply together. Shade unlucky there. Ball lifted off just short of a length, and he played it down very hard onto the wicket. Willie just off the mark. Alan not yet to face the ball. 184 for 6, the score. That's a good shot. And again, he got nicely in position. That's the third 4 of the morning. That's the shot repeated, the one he made 4 from. Parry's giving chase. Another nice little turn off the legs, and it's 4 more.
And there's 4.
He's given him out from coming round the wicket. And that, to me, is quite a remarkable decision. I would have thought he had to bring the ball back at him from bowling at that wide angle, but up goes umpire Constant's finger, and Alan won't be all that pleased. That's a lovely shot. That's 4 runs. Over pitch ball. That was a perfect example of good timing, that. Wasn't hit with any power, just clipped quite beautifully past square leg for 4. Marshall to Willie. And he's hammered another glorious 4 over pitch. Foot right to the pitch of the ball and cracked it through the offside. I suppose a few people will be wondering why this couldn't have happened a little while ago. Well, a tragedy there. Out in a similar style there to Boycott, dragging it on. A bit of bad luck there for Peter Willey. That ball didn't rise quite as much as the others. He was looking to give himself a little bit of room. Crack it through the offside, and an inside edge drags it on to the off stump. So Peter Willey goes for a 38.
That's a square drive of Willis's own improvising. And a full task Garner trying to York him there. And that's well bowled. The Yorker and leg stump was always going to do the trick. Willis got 9 while he was there. That's the end for England in their second innings. 252 all out.
Well, another difficult batting display by England. Yours truly grafted for a long time for the top score of 75, but you never felt that you was in. The ball was a little uneven in bounce and certainly going sideways. 252 was okay, but we were just worried it wasn't quite enough. For the West Indies, again, it was the quick bowlers. Joel Garner, 4 wickets, but he bowled 34 overs for 30 runs. You could never get him away. It was incessant as he kept coming at you. But we had a chance. Test cricket is littered with teams who've had to make 180 to 200 runs to win a test match in the 4th innings, and somehow have never made it. So we felt with our seam attack on the final day that we did have a chance. So when we come back after the break, we'll see how the West Indies got on.
Right, yell there to first catch it. That's a good shot. Over pitch ball, turned nicely off his legs. Requiring the boot of Boycott to prevent the 4. And that could be out. Yes, up goes the finger. Greenwich is gone. Willis strikes the first blow, and an early blow, indeed a critical blow this for England. Badly needed to break this opening stand, and they've done it thanks to a very good catch there by Alan Knott. Took it very, very low down, away to his right. And West Indies 11 for 1 with Greenwich gone for 6. Well, that's a fine way to get off the mark. Perfectly timed, beautifully placed shot by Richards. Just leaning into it. Which is a count with the boundary. And that's 4 more. Displaying his strength on the onside this time.
When he whistled away over the outfield, even though he was a little cramped for room in the stroke.
Oh, that's 4. Richards really with a bit between his teeth here now. Very little margin of error to him when he's in this sort of mood. The back cut. Willis the fielder, and 2 more to Richards. And the third time, showing the variety of shots, this time through mid-wicket. Perfectly controlled all the way along the ground. And to make a change, it's an all-run 4. Well, certainly beat him there. A little bit of laid out swing. And even the great Richards never quite to the pitch. And he's out LBW. That's a great blow struck by Botham. Exactly what England needed. Botham's done it again. Useful ball, just cutting back from outside off stump. He tested him with the away swinger, then brought one back. And Richards goes LBW for 48. Out just 2 runs short of 3,000 runs in Test match cricket. Oh, it's a lovely shot. Nicely into line. He's cracked it straight for 4 more. In Test match cricket. Oh, it's a lovely shot. Nicely into line. He's cracked it straight for 4 more.
There's 4. That no deviation off the pitch. Just plenty of speed off the bat. First ball. What a start for England. A great performance and just what they needed. 109 for 3 now. And a marvellous moment there for a team that has its backs right against the wall. Oh, a good shot to get off the mark. That outfield's quite slow today. There's been some heavy rain here at Trent Bridge. May well be able to bring the ball into the right-hander. Gooch. 3 West Indies. 83 needed. Oh, what a good catch. He poached it from Ian Botham, and a great delivery from Bob Willis. Not he wouldn't have been too pleased, nor would anyone else, that that got away. He was right across in front of first slip. And there's a lot of tension around here. There mightn't be very many people, but Clive Lloyd is the last of the recognised batsmen coming out now to bat with that injured hand. The whip.
And he's given him out LBW. Willis strikes. Clive Lloyd has gone LBW. Tremendous performance this by Bob Willis here this morning. Lively pace. And right on target. 129 for 4. Lloyd, LBW to Willis for 3. It's a good stop. Tried for the bouncer, he's hooked it away. And it's 4 more runs. Good runs to do here. Wilmer head down, giving it chase, but little chance of stopping it. That takes Desmond Haynes on to 49. A most valuable innings for his side. And he's dropped him. Oh dear, 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 dear. Well, that could be a fairly vital miss. And a catch can be the difference between winning and losing. So a great deal of sympathy there for Mike Hendrick, who's picked up so many very valuable catches. Wonderfully safe pair of hands normally, but just look again at this, the outside edge. And 9 times out of 10, absolutely certain Hendrick would have stuck hold of that. So lucky let off for Haynes. He stays on 49, total on 160 for 5.
Century for Desmond Haynes. It's been a very restrained innings, but a very good one for the right-hander. He's on 50, Murray 17, 164 for 5. 44 needed, 5 wickets in hand. Oh, what a marvellous catch to make up for what he missed in the over before. He took off there and just pulled it out of thin air, and Derek Murray has gone for 16. Caught Hendrick bowled Willis, and that's the sort of catch that can win a cricket match. 165 for 6.
Well, it's flown high, way wide of him. He's off the ground, way off the ground as the ball smacked into his right hand. And really marvellous that he was able to make up for the previous drop. Magnificent bowling too by Bob Willis here in his 9th over. Really lovely catch.
165 for 6. There's 3 slips waiting there now with the gully. Haynes eager now to keep his lesser partners away from the strike. Good shot again. Gow will need to chase that. It was better timed, but still pulling up very quickly just inside the boundary. An enormous amount of tension around this Trent Bridge ground this morning in that first session, with those 4 wickets going down. Backus for 19, Kallicharran 9, Lloyd 3, Murray 16, and at lunch Haynes was 58 and Marshall 3, with 32 needed to win for the West Indies and 4 more wickets to be taken by England. The star of the first session there for England, Bob Willis, finishing with 4 for 51 at that stage. Hendrick had 1 wicket this morning, that of Backus, and then Ian Botham had the one yesterday. Here's the first ball after the luncheon interval. Bob Willis is the bowler, Malcolm Marshall is taking strike, and in the commentary box it's Mike Smith and Jim Laker.
That's edged over the top. It's 4 runs. Willis again. And he's pulled it on. And he's got the wicket. Marshall goes for 7. It's another victim for Bob Willis, continuing this really heroic spell he's had here this morning. 180 for 7 now, the West Indies. 28 wanted and just 3 wickets left. And this test match boiling up into a really grand finale. So Willis coming out to join Haynes, who's been there since the start. 28 wanted. 3 wickets now left, and runs there immediately for Andy Roberts, just a single. This in the cordon of close catches. And that's a big one over the top. Glorious straight 6. Well, 1 bounce short of 6, in fact. Glorious straight hit. And that's the one that Andy Roberts has been waiting for, pitched up in his half. And it was quite beautifully struck there by the pace bowler. 14 wanted. It's Haynes at the moment, who's kept going ever since the start. So the English hero was bowled supremely well here this morning. And bowls another absolute cracker there outside the off stump. Really back. Well, every run going to be cheered by those West Indian supporters over there. It's only one they've got to cheer this time. He's gone for the big one. He's hoisted it high. Gower is getting underneath it, and he's dropped it. And there's nobody more upset, I do assure you, than David Gower. That's possibly one of the first catches I've seen him miss. Certainly of that type of catch. Great relief for Roberts. So 2 going on the board to Roberts. Difference down to 10 now. And that's hoisted high again. It's a chance this time for Gooch. Gooch is underneath it, and he's dropped it. It was off a no ball, in fact. In the flurry of excitement, Constant hand still held away to his left. That's Lever moving quickly, and a lovely throw, but shake of the head there from umpire Constant. Haynes has made his ground. Nice piece of fielding there. Well, it's now to Roberts. And screaming yes. Haynes to get down there, pinch another single. Haynes has come down a long way. And it's a good throw, and he's run out. Oh, what a tragedy there for Haynes. But Peter Willey coming into the act. Haven't seen much of Peter in the field. He's had little to do, but he's brought an abrupt end there to Desmond Haynes' innings. And disappointment written all over his face. Both of them handled this pretty well here today. He's got the field just about right for this sort of situation. 2 close catches. The 5 men in to save the one. There's the big one that wins the match. So Andy Roberts has done it in the end. Couldn't resist the temptation, and it paid off. A great big swing over mid-wicket. Brings 4 runs and victory to West Indies by the narrow margin here of 2 wickets. Tremendous test match, and a wonderful finish.